Oh hi, Rugby. It is 11 days until the British and Irish Lions play in South Africa. I'm freaking out, man! Super Rugby Trans-Tasman is done, and the Blues are our champions! After 18 years, they've broken their drought and finally won Super Rugby again. In a typically finals match, the Blues battled hard to get through a staunch Highlanders defence and scored 2 tries to none. Don't let the Highlanders' lack of tries fool you though. They were leading going into the last 20 minutes. The Blues had to work super hard to get back in front. Add to that the great atmosphere of 36,000 people, and it was a good night of rugby. Again, the Blues back row of Hoskins Sotutu, Akira Ioane and Dalton Papali'i were going berserk. Papali'i has really stepped up since I thought he was a little anonymous at the start of the season. Him making the All Black squad makes real sense. For the Highlanders, that man, Aaron Smith, showed that he's still one of the all-time number 9s, shrieking and waving his arms around to shepherd his forward pack around the field like the farm animals they are. Not to make any of the Aussie teams feel even worse, but it was nice to have a competitive match at the end of Trans-Tasman. The comp was cool, but it would be better if the teams were more evenly matched. So, at the end of it all, which players do I take home to meet my parents? As mentioned already, the Blues back row and Mr. Shouty Smith get to hang out at my house. Kazuki Himino was also one of my favorites. The man was carrying and disrupting breakdowns all season for the Highlanders. Richie Mwanga is still a boss. Anton Linnett-Brown should be my friend. Harry Wilson can borrow my lawnmower, and I will have a braai with Tate the Snake, James O'Connor and Tom Banks. Those players are acceptable. Bye for now, Super Rugby. See you next year. Rainbow Cup. That didn't go as planned, did it? Benetton absolutely embarrassed the Bulls in Italy. They are now the forever Rainbow Cup champions. Unless there's ever another Rainbow Cup. I doubt it. Hindsight is 2020, but this result kind of makes sense. SA sides have been playing each other repeatedly for almost a year now in competitions that don't mean anything or have any history. Of course we suck now. Also, the Bulls seem to collapse anytime they have to play somewhere where there's no Afrikaans music on the radio. Their away record does not make for pretty reading. Benetton were faster, they hit harder, they kicked way better, and they were better adapted to the heat. The Bulls could not get out of their own half, and poor fly half Chris Smith was having a shocker. Congratulations for Benetton for making the final despite all the preseason predictions, and then smashing the Bulls in that final to become champions. Looking forward to seeing you play in the Urk. The Bulls and the other SA sides are in the same boat as the Aussies now. You know the standard that you have to play at. Time to get on that training field and get good. You have until September. Up north in the English Premiership, 2 semi-finals were played. Exeter dispatched the Sale Sharks on Saturday, taking the favourite stake firmly in their grasp. This pleases me. The Sale Sharks are stacked with Springboks, who all get to come home now and train with Jock and Rassie. It's also very good that those Boks have been playing at very high intensity for the last few weeks. They can now take that to the Bok camp and lift everyone else. Honestly, those last 2 sentences were just hot air. I have no idea if that happens. I just like to think it does. I don't have the slightest clue what happens in the Bok camp. Maybe they just braai all day. Now the other semi-final, let's see. Bristol Bears versus Harlequins, okay. Oh yeah, it was just the best match I've seen since the Pumas beat the All Blacks last year. I was lucky enough to catch this match live and it was incredible. The Bristol Bears playing at home raced to a 28-0 lead in 30 minutes and the Quins just looked lost. Cue Dom Brandt, Liner and my favourite Tyrone Green going up a gear and the game was on. The visitors came back from 28-0 down and the game was 31-all at 80 minutes. Extra time was needed. In those 20 added minutes, it got insane. Players were lying all over the field, exhausted. The commentators were audibly struggling to keep shouting, and the Bristol Bears were down to 13 men at some point because they ran out of replacements for their injuries. In the end, the Quins won 43-36. It was incredible. Too bad the Quins players are probably exhausted and they will get rinsed by the Exeter Chiefs. But at least we'll always have this game. And I will always have this time with you. Not much to update this week. It's the quiet before the Lions storm. I will see you next week. I salute you. Bye.